Okay, all right. You think you're the only one who gets the heart of the cards there, Yugi? Huh? Kaiba's got something for you. It's a plains.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't have your white eyes green dragon, Mr. Cloud?
I don't know. I just don't get it, dude. You know what? It's not the first time that Cockatrice fucked me over on the Lux aspects, and it won't be the last time it fucks me over on the luck aspect. I want to hit you. I know I lose at this point because all you have to do is tap and sacrifice the Ravage Highlands after you mill a card, because you have to mill a card at every upkeep. You do not have a choice in that matter on the subject of whether or not you do have a say in the matter. You get your threshold. Oh, wait a second, though.
If I do that, my Savage Firecat's only going to be a 6.
Right, because it has whenever you tap a land for whenever you tap a land. So what Savage Firecat is actually talking about is when you tap a land for mana, as in you're using a mana ability. Because in Magic the Gathering, mana abilities usually do not coincide with other abilities that happen at the same time, because that gets confusing. So we are in agreement then that if you tap and sacrifice the Ravage Highlands to add 1 mana of any color, that's a mana ability.
Yes.
Okay, and because you're using a mana ability, then Savage Firecat loses a +1/+1 counter.
Yep.
So I actually have time on my side.
A little bit.
What I do not have is the fucking damage on my board. I need to wipe out the rest of your life points right now, which is why I'm going to swing into you for 2 and just hope for the best.
Alright, I'm going to have Savage Firecat block the scroll token.
I thought you might do that because when you kill the squirrel token, I do not get a Verdant Succession because it was a token type creature.
Right. And I'll take 1.
Alright, I have gained the lead. Huzzah!
Alright, so during my upkeep, Blood Curdler mills me for 1. Okay. Ooh.
Why can't you be the one who gets mana fucked now?
Because I like milled all of I was slowly milling my my mana through the entire game.
You have a solid point there.
All right. Okay. I am going to swing with my Savage Firecat.
You're swinging with the Firecat by itself.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not going to declare any blockers. So I take 7 damage.
Yeah, you take 7. All right. And with that, I will pass.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna swing into you for 1 with the werebear.
Okay, so I'm going to use my mana ability on Ravage Highlands to tap it for red and sacrifice it.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can do that.
So I have to remove a counter from my Savage Firecat, and then I'm going to declare Blood Curdler a blocker for Werebear.
Right, because now you have threshold. you have had among opponents I've had. I think you've had greater control of not just gaining threshold, but like if you scored points every time you gained threshold, you would be champion of the world right now.
I might have 20 life. I might have 20 life.
So Werebear dies, right? And because he
dies.
It triggers the Verdant Succession. So one werebear is going to succeed the other, probably by eating it, because it's a bear and it doesn't know any better, and it's hungry. So now I have an untapped bear. Just the problem is they saw fit to give a fucking 7/7 creature later to be equaled by other on fire cats, like the Blazing Fire Cat, which I love, which is a 7/1 with haste, trample. Only costs 4 mana to get out, but it also has, at the beginning of your end step, sacrifice this creature.
Yep.
I think the Savage Firecat is just a shade better, just on the basis that you get to hang on to it. And, yeah, it looks like I'm dead. My turn's over.
So
I have fucking 11 mana on the board right now.
Upkeep, Blood Curdler mills me for 1. Oh, that would have been nice. Alright. I'm going to put down a mountain. and then I'm going to go into combat, and I'm going to swing at you for 6 and 2 in the air.
2 in the air, huh? Yep. 6 with trample, 2 in the air. So I'm going to declare the werebear as a blocker on the Savage Firecat.
Okay, then I will push 1 point of damage onto the werebear and the other 5 into your face.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another 2 for the blood curdler. And that's the game.
Yay! I actually won with Rakdos. Woohoo!
Nice. Well done, sir.
All right. Now there is exactly one other card that I still actually want to show off. But we can do that in we can do that in just a moment. Specifically, Traveling Plague. I really, really like this effect. I also like the Kamal Pit Fighter, but as it turns out, I was not running enough of it to actually see the damn thing. Damn.
Also, Traveling Plague is supposed to be like, is it pest? No, it's necrotic plague is what it is. The plague.
Yeah.
This was back during a time where if you thought one card with a name was annoying, with a word in it was annoying, you may find other cards annoying that share that name. I mean, word. Like plague. Nobody likes plagues. Yeah, and the card I was looking for was 3 cards from the top. So let's wipe the board clean and let's show our hands here.
Okay, so to be perfectly honest, my deck is actually very simple. It's although I am running 4 Blood Curdler, it's not the only flyer that I've got. I'm also running these Dusk Imps. These Dusk Imps are not honestly important. They're just a decent aggressive flyer. But the primary thing that my deck actually wants to do is use Blood Curdler to set up Threshold, and then take advantage of a couple of specific cards that that actually gain that. Threshold isn't honestly all that important for the deck, but it's really important for Blood Curdler in order to actually stay on aggro. And so to trigger that, I've got a bunch of self-mill and discard in the form of Minotaur Explorers, Stalking Bloodsuckers, and Shadowborn Egg, Execute, stuff that I can get into my stuff that I can easily get into my graveyard relatively quickly to trigger Threshold, and then hopefully win with Shower of Coals eventually. But I'm only running 1 Shower of Coals, so a card that I'm kind of sad that I didn't actually get to showcase off like pretty much at all was Kamal Pit Fighter. The ability to bolt a creature at this point in Magic's creature every fucking turn. Yeah, this is stupidly powerful, despite the fact that it costs 6.
Yeah, I love Kamal Pit Fighter. I think that is I haven't successfully yet built a mono red commander around him, but he has appeared in some of my other decks because he's barbarian type.
Ooh, the Crossing Beast. You've never actually got your scroll mobs out. What was with that?
Well, because by the time that a couple things went wrong. So here's what I realize about squirrels in Odyssey and possibly in other sets too. Probably intended for mono green, because the other 4 colors of Magic do not support squirrels. But it strikes me that squirrels can do just fine without splashing in other colors, because you're going to be going nuts over how many squirrels all get +3/+3 and trample because of Overrun.
Oh, dude,
Overrun
is a fucking amazing sorcery. I love this damn thing.
My fucking Hermit in the Woods, the Nut Collector, never appeared. And I never drew it. And you all well know, because I ended the game with fucking 10 mana on my board ready to use, that I could have casted him, even though he's a 6-drop. He is the Squirrel Lord, because as long as I have Threshold, squirrels get +2/+2.
Yeah.
Including the Croson Beast, which, although this is the least squirrely-looking squirrel that I have ever seen in my life,
he's a worm.
Will also be a 10/10.
I mean, if you've got both Nut Collector and Croson Beast out, yeah.
Now, just as you had exemplified good contingency planning for actually getting your Threshold off, I realized a little later in the learning curve that the best way to get Threshold is to use well, first and foremost, abilities that will just put cards in your graveyard from the deck, which is the best source to fill your graveyard up, because you can keep sending cards from your deck to the graveyard as long as you still have cards in your deck to draw. On top of that, I decided also to try playing more instants and sorceries early in the game. That fell apart. Sungrass Egg also might have been a good early game play, so I could get my graveyard up and draw cards, so I would get that much closer to my threshold. Sadly, though, as much fun as it was for me to play around with the squirrels and summon squirrels every game, I could have done better.
I will say that having Threshold and Flashback in the same set, they're competing with each other, for the record, and that's definitely something that you got to show off specifically with Chatter of the Squirrels and Crows and Beast, because like, if you've got Flashback, you want to actually use it, but if you use your Flashback, you're cutting off your Threshold usually, and that becomes a problem because, well, Nut Collector and Crows and Beasts need Threshold in order to be threats pretty much at all.
Right, because Crows and Beasts is a 4-drop 1/1, which is fucking atrociously bad.
Are you running any of the bigger worms? Because I'm pretty sure there is one pretty big worm in Odyssey.
Well, we may be able to find said worms here, as it were. Let me see. Where are the worms? Worm is spelled with the letter W. There are no non-token worms in this set.
Really?
But there are token worms. Yep.
So what summons the token worm?
Good question.
Right. It's one of the big
Roar of the Worm. Yep. Roar of the Worm is a 7-drop green sorcery that has put a 6/6 green worm creature token into play, and also, interestingly enough, has a flashback cost that is less than its casting cost.
Mm-hmm. I honestly think that you should have tried to use that for top end, because that is honestly a pretty big immediate threat that I have to deal with, and because my only color hate in the set, as far as I'm aware, was Execute. Yeah, I probably couldn't actually get over it.
A lot of this set, Odyssey has supplied a lot of token love. A lot of the sorcery cards that spawn creature tokens continue to see play to this day for exactly that reason. They're relatively cheap, they're effective, they usually have flashback too, so you could use them a second time.
Mm-hmm. All right, but this was pretty fun. As a whole, I think that Odyssey is worth exploring in a limited sense, but I'm not entirely sure you could get much better than what we did here with Rakdos versus Selesnya. I really don't think that the blue stuff in Odyssey actually matters that much, despite the fact that the Odyssey is famously about a long ship voyage. There aren't really all that many good boats here. There are a couple good blue instants and sorcery, certainly, but there's not all that many good blue boats or blue critters.
Well, if you find yourself bargaining with the devils, you may have to talk to a Boshan, a cephalid emperor. No one can fight the tide forever.
And he's the lord for, is it crabs or squids?
He's the Squid Lord.
Yeah, Squid Lord.
Squidward.
Alright, well, did you enjoy exploring this set, Mr. Cloud?
I did enjoy exploring this set, because nothing puts a smile on my face quite like playing what is easily the closest we've come to playing a joke set without actually playing a joke set, because, I mean, the right, he reserves the right to bear arms. Well played. Or how about the Gorilla Titan, who appears to be measuring the size of a banana by spreading his big claws apart? He says, "I want a banana this big." Like somebody was holding back laughter while they were drawing in the illustrations for these.
All right, so next time it's going to be my turn to pick out the next set we're going to explore. It's definitely not going to be Edge of Eternities, and it's probably not going to be Aether Drift. It might be Outlaws, though. because I think Outlaws is a full year old now.
Nice.
That's got cowboys in it, Mr. Cloud.
Gonna be a cowboy
On a blue horse we summon. All right, everyone, be safe.
And thanks for watching, everyone.